I'm gonna continue where I left off last time. Stop trying to change you. Now, it's kind of a mind F because how do you get what you want in life? How do I change the way I feel? How do I get the things that will make me feel okay inside so that I can have the life I've always dreamed of? So it's not coming from a bad place. I know you're not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. We're just trying to feel good. We're just trying to live a life that we think is going to make us happy. So when we've hit a breaking point or we're not happy with our life, what do? We try to change things. And where do we change them? We probably start by changing stuff outside of us, right? Change our circumstances. Maybe we get a new job, we work out, we start being more communicative towards other people, blah, 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 blah. Create a nice cocoon around us to feel special. So, you do these things, but you still feel empty inside. That hole is just getting bigger and bigger because none of this stuff is going to fill. So, what do? You then start changing the person. So now you start to maybe change your personality. You want to be a more caring person. And while these things on the outside do not sound that bad, but bear with me, because deep down, your inner child doesn't know the difference of you trying to tell it to change. It thinks that you don't like it the way that it is. So it's pretty unhappy. So you're always going to have these kind of roller coasters of emotions when you are clearly giving yourself the signal that it is not okay to be you. Think back. I don't know when it first started for you, but you can think back. For me, it was maybe 3rd, 4th grade, and I'm sure it was younger. But I started to get maybe made fun of by a couple kids. Maybe one of the teachers, she didn't really like me. Now all of a sudden, she's calling me a bad boy. So, I have this message ingrained in me that to be myself is to be bad. So now all of a sudden, when I get in trouble, I'm not just getting in trouble. I'm getting in trouble because I'm bad, and being bad is not good. So that means being me is not good. So anytime I do anything wrong, anytime I do whatever, now all of a sudden my internal value has decreased. So I'm walking around on landmines everywhere I go. And I know, even if you're not aware of it, there might be a similar system going on inside of you right now. So, what do we do? How do we accomplish goals? How do we live life if, we can't change who we are inside and all this other good stuff? So, the first thing that you gotta do is realize that none of the other stuff that you're changing yourself to be to get, for example, if you're trying to get, more friends, a more attractive, loving partner, girl, whatever it is, that those things actually will not bring you happiness. So you changing this and being uncomfortable or going through change to essentially be happy later is an illusion. That happiness is short-lived, temporary, and fleeting, and then gone. So, if you realize that abandoning yourself to change who you are, to get the thing outside of you, isn't gonna be happy, what is the number one solution? Obviously, stop trying to change yourself, but find out who you are and what you actually want. Not what sounds good, but what is actually bringing you joy. And then try to figure out how the fuck to actually nurture that guy. Be like, you know what? I love you. Because it's going to be so easy to go back and forth and to slide back into wanting to change yourselves for the wrong reasons. And it is On the outside, it may look like exactly the same. Two people going through the day, accomplishing things, but what's driving them is completely different, and it changes their entire experience of reality. So think about this. This is what I've been talking about establishing this baseline of enoughness and realizing that nothing outside of you will bring you fulfillment. It will be an endless carrot chase, because the thing that you are tapping into is from the ego, the bodily function sensations, which is literal chemistry, where your body, you are telling yourself essentially that you will get rewarded survivally if you accomplish X goal. And so your body internally associates accomplishing that goal with survival. So instead of this just being something that you are doing, deep down underneath it all, it is to make sure you can survive. And that's also tied up with importance and all that. So find out who you are and stop trying to change yourself. And start just trying to live as you authentically. The $1 million is not going to make you happier. Working all this time, all day long, to have all the money, and even if you do have a hot, amazing girlfriend that loves the shit out of you, and great friends and a family and everything else, it will not complete you. Those things will be temporary pleasures, and you will still feel this not enoughness inside. So let's start feeling enough today. Let's start building the foundation that you are worthy exactly as you are, just because of your existence. And I know that your mind, your ego, is rejecting that statement. It's saying all these things. Oh wait, but what about this thing? It makes me not as important as this other person, and my life isn't as meaningful because I'm not doing this. Shut the fuck up. You are valuable just because you exist. You do not have to do anything. The person that you are today wasn't even really your choice. It was jam-packed in there by the adults and circumstances of your life. So who you are wasn't even a choice. So start by accepting the person that you are in this moment, right here, right now. I love you.